Hello everyone, this is Eric Redjet505. Okay, so today I got here those guys for you. So what I wanted to show real quick, this is a different caliber of the rifles that I'm shooting. And when I say rifle, because those are the rifle ammo. Now, I know that there is two guys that some of you will say that not belong, but they do, because there is an AR 15 that's shooting a 9mm, and then there's some of my rifle that's shooting a 38 special and a 357 Magnum that it's almost the same, just one is longer, one is shorter. But without any further ado, let's start. And then I got something that is really cool right here that I'm gonna go over, so stay tuned all the way to the end. Most likely, if you watch my channel, you are new to the gun industry. I'm not that big, but I know what I'm saying. This is a cool thing. Stay to the end to understand what it is. So let's start with budget wise. Now we live in a time right now that we have a very big ammo shortage because of stupidity of the government and other problems. So a lot of people move to shoot those tiny 22 long rifles. And of course there's 22 Magnum, and there's other one that I did not include, but a lot of people move to shoot those. Those tiny bullets used to cost probably around 2 to 3 cents a round. Right now they're much more expensive. Those Aguilas in California, for 50 rounds you're gonna pay $7, and some places will charge you actually up to like $15 to $17 for 50 round of those guys. Now I have here a 9mm. Yes, I took like actually a steel case. Those are much cheaper to get, and they're actually something that was easier to get. And this will get shot with some of my pistols. I even shoot it in my Glock. I don't see any problem to shoot any steel ammo. Those one actually, those are made in Russia. There's a company made in Russia that's making those. They're pretty good. I almost have no problem with them whatsoever. A lot of people will claim that it will destroy your pistol or destroy your rifle. I completely disagree with it. Just clean your rifle, make sure it's oiled, clean everything, and they run just fine. Then what we got here, this is actually a smaller version of the 357 Magnum, and this is a 38 special. So if you have a pistol or a rifle that was designed to shoot 357 Magnum, you can shoot with it a 38 special. You're gonna have less recoil, especially if you want to give your wife or your girlfriend the opportunity to shoot without getting a big kickback from the weapon. So this is one of the other way to go. Now you can see here already that we're building kind of a small slope, and we're going from the 22 to the 9 to the 38 special, but I'm gonna show something that the 22 and those two other guys have in common. Now we have here two bullets that look exactly the same, these two ammo, but one of them is actually a 223 and one of them is a 556. I took it on purpose. With one that will have a steel case and one will have the brass, just so you can see it, but it's exactly the same bullet. One of them is couple millimeters shorter. So this one right now, to get the round of those 223 in California, it's a little bit easier, and it was cheaper. It was about $10 for 20 rounds versus getting those 556 at $35 for 20 rounds, and it was very hard to get. Now I was just saying that this little guy and those guys have something in common, and a lot of people don't know it, but the tip that you're actually shooting is exactly the same size. No, it's not the same shape, but it's literally shooting a 22 out of a bigger cannon. When I go and just practice and want to shoot for fun, and I don't want to have a lot of expense for the day at the shooting range, because I shoot a lot, I shoot hundreds and hundreds of those at the same day at the same price of shooting one box of those. So I have AR-15 that is a 22, and I have actually a Ruger Precision that is a 22, and I shoot those. And those also come in 1280 feet per second. This is not bad at all. Now, if you want to shoot like the 223, the 223 and the 556 will work exactly the same. I did not notice any problem between, but one thing could have happened. If you have a very cheap magazine, 223 like to jam your rifle, so you have to pay attention. So for some reason it's not happening with the look exactly the same casing for the 556. That being said, let's go up a little bit. So when you look a little bit bigger and you say, okay, so what is this? This is something that I really like, and I have it in some of my kind of accuracy shooting, and it's an inexpensive way to shoot long distance. This one is 308. The 308 bullet is you can see is a little bit bigger than the regular 556. It's much wider. If you actually let's do this real quick. I'm gonna show it from the back of the bullet just so you can. I dropped that. Oh, it's so clumsy. This is how big it is in comparison. So you have a much more powder inside, and the explosion inside of the bullet in order to eject actually the projectile on it will be a little bit stronger, and you're going to get a longer distance. So if you want to shoot far and be still in good accuracy, this is a very good option for you, and you still keep it in a low price. Those guys right now, the cheapest that I was able to get them lately was about, I think it was like $32 for 20 rounds, and this is in California. But I did get some of those from actually steel casing, and there were about $15 to $18 for 20 that work exactly the same. And again, it all depends what you like to put in your weapon. Now, one good thing when you get stuff from brass is that you can reuse it to reload it later. You can absolutely not do that with a steel. I don't care what anybody say. It just, you cannot anneal it right way. It's very dangerous. Do not do that. Now, let's go to something a little bit cooler that it's super hard to get right now. This is actually, those two are R&D. If I said correct. If not, I'm sorry. It's like I have an accent. It's some word that's just hard to say. This one is 300 Win Mag. I really like to shoot 300 Win Mag, even though it's ridiculously expensive right now. But it's very accurate, and I love the control that I have over my rifles. You get good distance out of it, in a very good grouping and very good accuracy. And the price for those bullets is kind of ridiculously expensive. Like, so when you go to the shooting range, I recommend that you check if they got over there a company that called PPU. PPU made 300 Win Mags that are fairly cheap. You're going to pay about $32 for 20 rounds. If you're going to buy the R&D, you're looking at about $60 for 20 rounds. And again, we're in California. We're on March right now, March 2021. We have kind of Hitler right now in the government trying to prevent us from even being able to do this. Now, the last bullet, my guardian angel came in a couple days and delivered this beauty. Okay, I'm looking for those for a long time, and you can see that I was kind of crying all over the internet that you cannot get them. So someone helped me, and I did get it. This is 300 PRC. 300 PRC is amazing technology that I want you to actually see and understand. When you put it near the 308, I'm sorry, near the 300 Win Mags and the 308, you will see certain things. So let's remove one of those guys real quick. Okay, you can see first the size of the bullet, of course, with more fire powder and everything that you need on the 300 Win Mag and the 300 PRC versus the 308. But those two tips are exactly the same size. But when you compare between those two, you can see that actually the 300 PRC is a longer bullet. And this longer bullet actually let the bullet fly more stable in the air and for longer distance and with better accuracy. Now, I know some of you guys don't understand a lot about aerodynamic, but this is where aerodynamic getting in. When you have a longer bullet, it's kind of getting all the way through here, and when the bullet fly in the air, it's create actually turbulence behind it. It slow it down, and the entire shape of the bullet need to be kind of compensating in order for it to fly straight into your target. When you have a longer bullet that gets shot from almost the same casing, you have better accuracy of every shot. And I think that those one, I don't have the box near me, I think that those are like 2,800 feet per second or something like this, supersonic bullets, but still this one and that one will have different result no matter what you do. Like, you will take 300 PRC if you do any competition or hunting. So they have actually one for match and they have one for hunt. So it's two different tips actually on them. So if you're looking for those, now those bullets are very hard to come by. So if you do have them, don't ever throw the casing, because you can do of course the reloading, or sell it or give it to someone else to do reloading, because it's actually something that you're really going to want to do to save some money. I did last night some research to explain how to do that for cheap. I could find the casing now for not so expensive. I think it was about $100 for 50 cases. It's the cheapest one that I found, and I know that there's cheaper places. I found it on one of the websites that it's kind of a complete ripoff right now. And then those tips, the bullet themselves, I find those for about 100 tips. The cheapest one was about $56 plus shipping, so it's going to be about $60 to $65. And then you get 100 of those. Now, the only thing that I could not find is the primers, those little dots here on the back that you need to pop out and put a new one. This was almost impossible to find anywhere right now. I don't even understand why we have a shortage of this, but this is kind of something for another video. But this video, I just want to show and explain a little bit of my knowledge and what I understand and what I do with those. If I was making any mistake or any correction and you have a better knowledge, please share with everybody on the bottom over there. There is a comments below. You can write your information. You know, if you want to talk smack, go ahead. Nobody care about you. Nobody know who you are, so feel free to do it. This is just like a real quick review about from 22 all the way to 300 PRC. I'm gonna show the 300 PRC at the shooting range in comparison to the 300 Win Mag, so you guys can see the result, actually the sound from the rifle when they're coming out. See you on my next video. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. Bye.